Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Music is Medicine Monday. My name is Amy Thiessen of In Resonance Coaching, and I'm here every week talking about voice and communication and expression, and of course, sharing some music with you. Now, before I begin today, I just want to apologize because last week I said I would share information about the one-on-one embodiment coaching program, and I haven't. And the reason I haven't was because there's kind of 3 programs, and until I have a really comprehensive model that I can share with you of all of those, I don't want to send it yet. I want you to have everything that you might need to know before making that choice, yeah? So I will be sharing all of that information in the coming weeks, and if you want to either get that information, you can DM me or put your email below, or you can book a session with me, a 20-minute session. You can book these as soon as you'd like. And in this session, I can talk to you about the programs. I'm quite comfortable chatting about them. I just don't have all of the kind of content really clear where I want it yet. So happy to talk with you about it. I'm going to wait a little while before I send the emails. For today, because Valentine's Day is coming up, the blog I'm going to talk about is what are ways that we can build connection and intimacy in our relationships that are really simple? And it's not necessarily with your romantic partner. Of course, this is more kind of angled that way with Valentine's Day, but these tips can be used in all of our relationships. Ultimately, our ability to do that, our ability to communicate and be open and warm, has a lot to do with how we are in ourselves. How well, we can listen to our needs, our feelings, and be in that state of presence. So for music today, I actually want to share the Gayatri Mantra, which comes from the Rig Veda. And this mantra is really to help us kind of ground in to knowing that this is it. This is enough. Right here. And Donna Farhi has a really, really excellent translation of this mantra. Donna Farhi is probably one of my favorite yoga authors. And the translation is, all that is above and all that is below stems from one effulgent source. When my thoughts, words, and deeds reflect this understanding of unity, I am the peace that I have been seeking. When my thoughts, words, and deeds reflect this understanding of unity. So it's not just spiritual bypassing, it's not just a cognitive, it's like I'm just in it. I am the peace that I have been seeking. I hope you enjoy. Swaha Datsavitu Virenya Bhako Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. it comes alive. And to know you're complete is to walk in the peace you've been seeking. Awesome. Thank you, guys. That felt good. So, romance, relationships, connection, intimacy. I'm sure many of you know, because it goes without saying, when we first start relationships, everything is magnified, right? We get dressed up to see the other person, every new insight, every moment. It's so, so sweet and delectable as we get to know each other. And then as time moves, naturally, this person who at first was like, oh, they're kind of our friend and we're building a friendship, and then they become our lover and we're building that. And then as we get to know each other and it gets deeper and deeper and longer and longer and longer, the person starts to embed in our life. So no longer are they, just the friend and lover and person to like play and have fun with. They become the cohabitator, and they become, the co-parent. And more, life has many roles. Not just the romance, not just the love, but organizing, who has what work when, who needs to pick up the kids, how are we going to get dinner ready, how are we going to afford, yada, 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 all those things. And so when I say this, there's absolutely I have very little expectation or idea that we go back to that. And the truth is, I wouldn't want to. In the relationship I'm in, I would not want to go back to the beginning, because I love the comfort, I love that level of intimacy. And I know that it's important to engage with warmth and love so that the logistics don't take over, yeah? And so what I wanted to offer today were just like 10 quick, easy tips of ways that we can very simply bring that warmth in, especially if things have gotten, quite monotonous. I know with COVID that's happening for a lot of us, or are becoming, very logistical, which I know also can happen if you have young kids or you're homeschooling and everything. It's a lot. So these are just some tips. You can use them in your relationships, and I will kind of talk a little bit about that with them. But you can also use them in like your work relationships or your friend relationships. Maybe not the romancy stuff that I talk about, but most of the rest is usable. So the first thing is enthusiastic welcomes. It's funny because when I thought about this, it was actually me thinking about my dog originally. When I was single and lived by myself, my dog, who was napping over there really, really cutely, she would greet me, so happy. And so any anxiety, anything I was carrying I would kind of drop it. And I try to incorporate that same idea in my relationship. When one of us comes home from like work, although we both work at home now, but one of us comes home to actually stop and greet the person with like warmth and a hug and a kiss and a hello. And the way that things are now, because we both work from home, we also could do that kind of at the end of our workday, just to reconnect, to touch, to connect, kiss, say hi. So a warm welcome. The next is appreciation and gratitude. So this is two parts to this. There's gratitude for what somebody is doing for us. Gratitude for, thank you, I really appreciate you doing the dishes, or I really appreciate that, you took time today to help me with my project. That meant a lot. Saying your gratitude, saying thank you, acknowledging that the person, did your laundry or your dishes or any of those things, so important. And there's also just appreciating the person for who they are, not what they do. Yeah? So for me, an example would be my partner. He gets really excited about board games, particularly if he can play them with people. We can't do that so much now, but he's really into it, and he really engages people, and he's really lively. And I love that. I love watching it. I appreciate it. Not because it's for me, I just appreciate that it exists in the world. And appreciation, yeah, it's beautiful to share it and speak it, but it doesn't even always have to be spoken. If we let ourselves see and feel that appreciation, usually it's felt without any words. And with appreciation also means receiving gratitude and appreciation. I don't know if you're like this, but I know for myself and for a lot of people I talk to, there is a desire or feeling underappreciated, a desire to be appreciated, but yet a dismissal of appreciation when it comes. So for example, hey babe, oh, that was a great meal, thank you so much, or you look fantastic today. Instead of going, oh, it was nothing, or, oh, no, I feel frumpy. to just say thank you. Thank you. That's it. And I know how uncomfortable appreciation can feel. You know, for some of us, maybe we were taught we shouldn't need to be appreciated. We might have been in relationships where the person said all the right things, but wasn't really there, like wasn't steady. They were words, but no action. So we might have a problem trusting it. But if you're with a person and you've been spending time together and you're building that closeness, and they're probably telling you the truth, then it's a good idea to just say thank you. When we're appreciated and we say thank you and receive it, the person's more likely to appreciate us again. If we dismiss it, why would they? It's hard to be the person that's always trying to lift someone else up because they won't accept it. And that's a practice we can do with ourselves as well. The next one I would say is slowing down. I know lives are busy, but I mean slowing down even for 30 seconds. When you go to kiss somebody, slow down and kiss them. When you're having a conversation, slow down, give it more space so that they can speak. Anything, cooking dinner, slow down. You know, hanging out together, talking about your day, just slow down. And you can bring that also into the bedroom. Be with each other with no pretense of where things are going and just breathe. Look in each other's eyes. Feel the other person as they are. Feel yourself as you are. Slowing down is magic in so many places, in so many ways. Highly recommend that. The mantra I just played was about engaging in yourself, and that's a big part of relationship. What brings you joy and happiness? And if you find yourself, and I talk to, again, lots of people I've worked with, are so lost in what that person wants to do and their schedule and how it works, and they become, and I have done this, become this like origami trying to fit into the other person's desires, needs, wants, maybes, trying to manage it. Do for you. Find what you love. If you don't know what you enjoy, start figuring it out. Think about when you were little, what did you love doing? And just taking time where it's not about them, it's about you, finding you, loving you. That will bring fuel to a relationship. Healthy relationships thrive on it. You know, if I'm excited and I'm passionate and I'm like, my partner is they're gonna feel that. They're gonna feel that excitement and it lifts us both up, and vice versa. You know, when he goes out and he's biking all day or something with his friends and he comes home, he's had a great day and I'm excited to see him. It connects us. So we make time for that and we make it important. We make it important that each other have time, and we appreciate that each other has time for that. And that's huge, appreciating your partner doing things. And with that, I would say is also just as important is to have time that is just about you connecting. So like a date night, or realistically, if you're super busy and you can't do a whole night, maybe it's a date hour, or maybe there's 10 minutes every day where it's just you and them, and it's not about logistics. It's just about connecting. And that boundary, creating a boundary around our time, both the time for ourselves and the time together, creating a structure of that is so helpful. Because instead of going, when are we gonna hang out next, or when are we gonna make time for each other, we know it's on Tuesday or it's on Thursday afternoon. That exists. And so it also provides flexibility in the other areas of our life because there's time for just connecting. And in connecting, we might do something our partner loves. Now, I know not everything's gonna work. If I was dating a hunter and I'm a vegetarian, I probably wouldn't go hunting. But we can do things that maybe we even are a little judgy about, and we can try them. I spent the weekend playing board games with my partner. He loves board games. In my head, was like, but then as soon as I did it, it was super fun, and I enjoyed it. And it's sometimes just that. It's appreciating their passion because it's their passion. And we might suck at it. We might not be good at whatever it is, but playing with that and trying it. And of course, we can do brand new things, which is amazing to go and do something new together. I know in COVID times that's a bit harder, but it's that same idea. It's like bringing something new in, exploring something. Okay. Intimacy is powerful because it's intimate. It is not something everyone gets. Not everybody gets to know my deepest thoughts, my actual ideas about things. People earn that. They earn it through trust and respect. And so in relationships, we do the same thing. Our partner maybe can earn, because we are so close, our sharing of our secrets, our intimate thoughts, our intimate feelings. You know, we're terrified of asking for something. They're the person to work with that, to ask them. So they are the person that we get to be intimate with. And that could be anything from, you know, a feeling or nervousness or a joy or excitement to our fantasies and those things that we would like to do or see together. And inviting them into that also creates just a little bit of something. Yeah? I'm just going to give you one more, which is surprise. Little surprises. And I mean, it could be you go to the grocery store and you know they love something that you don't usually buy and you pick it up. Or making dinner as a surprise, or breakfast in bed, or anything that is a surprise that they would love. Not what you would love to give them necessarily, although also useful, but what they would love. You know, if your partner's super introverted, having a big party for them, you know, is probably not their thing. But if they're super introverted and they're with people all the time, going and making sure everyone is out of the house so they can have 3 hours by themselves, whew, that is like the best gift. So what's cool about surprises is that really when you pay attention to them, that's going to give you the answer of what might be good. And I just remembered the last one that I did want to share, which is asking. Seems so simple, but asking. Hey, babe, what could I do today that would make your life a little better? What is something I could not do today that would make your life a little better? Just one thing that I could do that would make your life a little better. And the sweet thing about asking is when we can make this a pattern, particularly with both of us, both people involved, not only are you learning what they need, but you're learning how to ask for what you'd like. And as many of us know in relationships, guessing rarely works. Being clear and saying what we need and what we want is going to be the easiest way to communicate. Now, on these, I'm not talking about when we're in conflict or when we're really challenged. This is really when things have become, they're just our day-to-day, our routine. They might be monotonous, they might not be. They might be 1 or 2 tips that you like and you can add, or you're already doing most of them. Next week, I want to talk about how we can actually take conflict in relationships as an opportunity for intimacy. And in that blog, I'll talk more about how do we kind of deal with the heightened energies or upsets and start to create more mutual understanding. Okay, so we'll talk about that next week. But this week is really just communicate love, warmth, kindness. We could all use a little more of that most of the time. So again, thank you so much. It is always a pleasure. I will be here again next week. And as I mentioned, if you're curious about the coaching programs on embodiment or connected communication or the really holistic kind of evolved expression, and you don't want to wait, book a session with me, 20-minute session. We'll talk about it. I'll let you know the work that I do. And if you just want the information when it's ready, DM me, send me your email, and I will get that to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much. Have the most lovely week.